All right, today we're gonna review some of these videos from the El Paso shooting and ask whether or not there's evidence to support the claims that are being made. All right, let's go.
Not one, but two mass shootings in just 13 hours. At least 29 people killed in separate massacres, one here in Texas, the other, of course, in Ohio. We have been to so many of these, and the words, quite honestly, are harder and harder to come by.
So the claim so far is that between actually the two events, which being El Paso, Texas, and also the shooting in Dayton, Ohio, combined, there were, he says, 29 people killed. I believe that being 20 in El Paso, as they state, and 9 in Dayton. All right, let's continue.
They describe the anguish and the sadness on the faces of the families whose lives have been destroyed. Here in El Paso tonight, a gunman showing up at a Walmart on a busy Saturday morning. These surveillance images this evening obtained by KTSM showing the suspect armed with an assault-style rifle. Families then diving for cover from the gunfire that was relentless inside that store. There were thousands inside the Walmart running in fear, and I was told just today about the children who ran for their lives on their own. Stores nearby were on lockdown as police searched for the gunman, first responders helping the wounded, and of course discovering the dead. So many lives lost here, at least 20 dead and 26 injured. I talked with the police.
So they say there are at least 20 dead and 26 injured. Now let's ask yourself, from the footage seen so far, is there any evidence to support those claims? I would say no. I've seen a video of potentially 1 or 2 people injured. Looks like minor injuries. From what I can see, they can still walk. They're still completely conscious. Don't even look to be in pain. So that's what I can say I see so far. Let's continue.
Here just moments ago, and what he revealed to me about the possible motive, why this suspect drove 600 miles to get here.
Go, 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 come on!
Terrified families, their hands up in the air, running for their lives past armed police.
Okay. What did he just say? Terrified families, running past police. Is that what this video supports? Let's go back a little bit.
To get here.
Go, 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 come on!
Terrified families, their hands up in the air, running for their lives past armed police. Evacuating this El Paso mall. The first call coming in 10:39 Saturday morning.
Run, Mika, run.
Okay.
There was chaos.
So now what are we
Some
seeing?
of the shop.
We see someone jogging, looking back at a camera while someone's telling them to run. Okay? Why you have to tell someone to run who should already be, running? If you're in fear, you're going to run. You don't need someone to tell you to run. So why are these people jogging and telling each other to run?
Recording as they made their escape, posting it online. SWAT teams responding to reports of an active shooter, and they soon realize that gunfire is inside the Walmart.
We need tactical units to go ahead.
Here's another question. Who's filming these police running by? I mean, I guess one was in a store, it appears, so maybe an employee who had shut the gate pulled out their phone and was filming what they were seeing. But in another, the footage after that, they showed the police literally running by this person who's filming them without commanding them to leave, without telling them to put their hands up or anything. So what is that about? Let's go back a little bit.
SWAT teams responding to reports of an active shooter, and they soon realize that gunfire is inside the Walmart.
We need tactical units to go ahead and start responding to the help support at the Walmart.
There's busting guns in Walmart right now. AK, somebody's got shot.
Okay.
Inside the
you see this guy walking through the aisles, in the open, supposedly with gunshots going off in the back, filming himself, talking, not panicking, not trying to get away, this dude is lackadaisical, just walking through the aisles, not even down the aisle. Let's go back.
Units to go ahead and start responding to the help support at the Walmart.
There's busting guns and Walmart right now. AK, somebody's got shot.
Inside the Walmart,
be
thousands
kidding
of shoppers, 100 employees. It was a busy Saturday morning, parents and grandparents and the children buying their back-to-school supplies.
All pack units, investigating units, please make it to the west side of Walmart, please.
Tonight, authorities say 21-year-old Patrick Crusius was armed with an assault-style rifle, and authorities believe, based on what they've read and what they've heard from him, he was there to shoot as many Mexicans as possible. That mall here in El Paso is just...
So they're saying that he was motivated to gun down Mexicans. That's why he drove 600 miles from one part of Texas to over here in El Paso near the border to hopefully gun down as many Mexicans as possible. And I believe they also are going to state later on that he left a manifesto.
5 miles from the U.S.-Mexico border. The community from here in El Paso shops here, and so do residents of nearby Juarez, across the border. They come here into the U.S. to shop. Witnesses say the rampage began in the parking lot. The gunman, they say, shooting his way in.
He just walked into Walmart very confidently, and, it looked like he was on a mission.
These surveillance images obtained by KTSM show the alleged gunman walking through the entrance with his weapon pointed straight ahead, wearing ear protection and tactical glasses.
Here's my question, right? They have surveillance cameras. I mean, not flash cams, video cameras. So where's the video? Why are they giving us stills? Show us the video. That will be evidence of someone walking in, shooting their way in. Not still pictures of someone cradling a gun.
Shoppers, family members crawling on their stomachs, seeking cover under benches, whatever shelter they could
Crawling
find.
under a bench like
Gunfire,
this, if you were
relentless.
slowly crawling under a bench, or still far away, or would you be running, trying to hide somewhere where would it be seen?
Kendall Long and his wife Kiana.
She's seeing people running in, yelling, "Shooter, shooter." So we take off running. After he sees people start running, you can hear the different fire rate. He starts pop, 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 pop. He's going for that semi. He's trigger finger. He's going.
They ran to the back of the store, hiding in a metal storage container.
There's babies there, there's kids, there's people calling their family, calling the cops.
Outside the entire area.
Okay. This dude is, I don't really know why he's being given an interview, because there's no credibility to the story. I don't see any proof, any evidence. It speaks for itself.
On lockdown.
The entire area is being searched as we speak.
Authorities for a time were not sure if there was more than one shooter.
We need people to stay away.
Adria Gonzalez was shopping with her mother. She said it was a normal morning until she heard that gun go off.
We heard shots, 3 shots. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3.
She told her mother to get down. When she looked up, the suspect with the gun in his tactical gear, just 15 feet away.
He just started to shoot everyone. Just started to shoot, and what I did, my first instinct was to get people out of there. This senior citizen lady that I tried to help and I couldn't, and I just told her to move faster and she couldn't move faster, so I left her there. And I needed to get out because the shooter was getting closer and closer. And so I was I just told her to get down and hide.
When they finally got outside.
Again, another story. But you have to have some evidence or proof. You have to, otherwise anyone can tell a story. It could or could not be true, but you can't say that it's definitely true if there's no evidence to prove it.
They saw the bodies. The gunshots continued. In the parking lot, confusion and panic.
She would have called. She had 7 kids, 20-something grandchildren, and I don't know how many great-grandchildren.
And this desperate plea, Edie Halber, searching for her mother Angie, 86 years old and missing.
And I got tired of waiting, and I just want to know where my mom is.
We still have not heard if she found her mother. Inside that store, first responders helping the wounded. This woman covered in blood. Another woman wheeled out in a shopping cart. It appeared she'd been shot in the leg. The police chief here in El Paso at a loss for words.
Okay, so it appears this lady has some sort of leg injury. Whether it's a gunshot, I can't verify that. I see no blood coming out. All I see is looks like a puncture wound on the flesh of the skin. And then this other lady, they said, is covered in blood. Yet
this woman covered in blood.
A little bit of
another woman wheeled out in a shopping cart. It appeared she'd been shot in the leg. The police chief here in El Paso at a loss for words.
You have to see it for yourself. When I first got into this job, I never knew there was an odor to blood, but there is. And until you firsthand see that, my description of it, as far as horrific, will be unserving as far as what that scene looks like.
About 20 minutes after that first shot was fired, they had the suspect in custody.
So far, the intel, we have one subject and he's in custody.
Police apprehending the suspect just a few blocks from the scene, leading him away in handcuffs.
Okay,
right
so
now,
there was a video of them supposedly apprehending the suspect, which somehow changed from multiple suspects to apprehending one, and basically that being shut there. That's it. So what does that video prove? It proves that the police and I guess the police had apprehended someone, but who knows who that person was and for what reason they were apprehended. Okay, that's basically what I'm trying to say.
Now we have a manifesto from this individual that indicates to some degree it has a nexus to potential hate crime.
Authorities say the assault-style rifle, similar to an AK-47, and several magazines were recovered at the scene. And tonight, law enforcement telling ABC News Patrick Crusius is from Allen, Texas, 600 miles away from El Paso, nearly a 10-hour drive. And late today, the police chief here with us. But he came here to El Paso, 600 miles.
Right.
Was it the makeup of this community? Was it your proximity to the border?
I think both.
And tonight, authorities and local officials here warning something must be done.
This individual came not from within the community.
Something must be done. Okay? So, regardless of whatever happened, wherever it happened, here's where you're going to get your answer to what the response, the program response they want to have. So let's go.
But outside of it, in this country, we have a gun violence epidemic, but we also have a hate epidemic. And until we confront that hate, and until we confront the weak gun laws that we have, we're going to keep seeing this.
At the centers were
two main points here. Okay? One, they're basically pushing racial divide and conquer strategy. Okay, divide up your population by pushing race-based, violent, motivated actions. And secondary, they're pushing for gun restrictions, basically.
Families are gathering, and at the hospitals, the anguish. Families still anxious for news.
We're still looking for him. We haven't heard word of where he is.
Lita Jemrowski is just 19 years old, pleading for help, asking if anyone has seen her brother-in-law, Andre.
I don't
they
understand.
Looked all night.
We're just trying.
How do you look all night? Where did the person go? How did they get lost? You know what I'm saying? Either they were injured and they should be found injured or dead, or they escaped and they should get in contact with you. It doesn't make sense that someone will just disappear after a shooting.
Put the word out there if anybody's heard from him. And we're... Anybody hears anything, just give us a call. We're worried. We want to make sure he's okay.
Their search comes after her family already heard the unthinkable. Her 25-year-old sister Jordan, a mother of 3, was killed while protecting her 2-month-old son. Her sister Lita telling the Associated Press, from the baby's injuries, they said that more than likely, my sister was trying to shield him. So when she got shot, she was holding him and she fell on him. Okay. So that's why he broke some of his bones.
Where's the evidence? Where's the baby? Where's the lady who died trying to protect the baby? Is there any video? These are stories, okay? You can tell many stories, but until you have proof or evidence to back it, all it is a story.
He lived because she gave her life. So many victims here, from babies to senior citizens, and the toll staggering. 20 dead, more than 24 injured. What drove him? Was it hate?
Apparently so.
Tonight, the Justice Department says they're going to pursue, to the best they can, hate crimes charges, domestic terrorism charges here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Manifesto pretty much validated that there was hate intent.
So where's the manifesto? And how do I know who wrote it? Can that be verified? Because if not, it's just another story.
So the writings in this so-called manifesto match what he's been telling authorities?
Pretty much.
Police Chief Allen with us here late today, and the chief, along with so many other leaders in this community, were universal in their language here today, in their own messaging, saying something more needs to be done to protect communities across this country. And of course, we are thinking about those families still waiting for news on their loved ones tonight.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos.
Just want to show that because it's important to ask questions and not just allow your emotions to guide you into believing things that have no evidence or proof. I'll catch y'all next time. Y'all take it easy.